Hey everyone, welcome to the finale of Mega Man X5. We are heading to the final weapon. I mean, it's final for this game, I guess, but there's more X games after this with more weapons. This is a series with a lot of weapons. And we're going to be using those weapons right down here, because what else would it be but the boss rush? I always like to do these things sort of counterclockwise. Just go from left to right. And we have Web Spider. Okay, I'm going to try and show off his weakness. His weakness is Twin Slasher. But for some reason, just hitting him with the Twin Slasher doesn't really deal that much damage. The thing is, you're supposed to sever his web with it. I can almost never get that to work, because I'm not entirely sure where you need to hit it with. See, like, he'll do that. Like, I hit him, it didn't really deal any damage. See, like, am I supposed to hit, like, the spot, like, on the top of the screen to hit him with it? What? Because no matter what, it never seems to work. There we go, okay. See, like, that worked correctly. Then that dealt a lot of damage. But most of the time, it doesn't work. And I don't really know why. That time was good. And then you run into the issue here of, once he gets to this phase, he doesn't have a web to cut anymore. So it stops being useful. You're better off now just using the Buster again. Oh, okay, I don't know how that missed me, but I'm thankful. Yeah, see, look how much less damage you take now that I have body armor. Yeah, see, that fight went okay, now that I'm better prepared for it. Let's see, what am I... Okay, I'm not sure if it's filled yet or not, because I think there's a trophy in this game where it's like, have... like full weapon tanks. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that trophy also required you had 9 lives. So, I'm not going to get that. Alright, Cyber Peacock, so we get out Soul Body again. Right now, there's not too much to talk about. So, I talked about this on my first recording a lot earlier, but it just kind of slipped my mind until now. So, I want to talk a bit about the story of this game, because a lot of people will consider it one of the weakest stories in the series, and you know what? Honestly, they're not that wrong. I mean, just the entire plot of Repliforce won't put down their weapons is already really stupid. And I've made fun of that plenty already. But there's one bit of potential that I've seen people bring up, and they're not wrong, and I wish it was better explored. What is a Maverick? It's supposed to be a Maverick is a Reploid that goes berserk thanks to the Sigma virus corrupting them. And that's what it is initially, in the first 3 games. That's what it is. But this game brings up the idea that maybe not all Mavericks are actually, like, crazy. They're just... they just have different ideals than society. And they're simply labeled as Mavericks and killed because they think differently and they want different things than what the humans want. The series never talks much about the humans because we never see them, but technically the humans are the ones that are in government. They're the ones calling the shots of the Maverick Hunters. They're the top brass, basically, so they could be seeing Repliforce as an act of insurrection, and even though they're not technically doing anything wrong, General says directly in their speech that this is not an act of rebellion against the humans, we wish them no harm, even though Storm Owl destroyed a city. Oh no, Jet Stingray did, my bad. Storm Owl stole a spaceport. Space Fortress. Conquer the air, not space. So even though they just want independence, they're being labeled as Mavericks because the humans don't want that. It could incite further insurrection. So, can they truly be called Mavericks? Are Repliforce truly crazy? Do they need to be stopped? Do X and Zero think they need to be stopped? Or are they just going along with it because that's what they're ordered to do? Are they thinking freely about it? Do they want to fight Repliforce? Or not want, but do they really think they should? There's a lot of questions to be answered here. A lot of questions to be asked that are never answered or addressed. And because of that, I think X4 does really have one of the best stories in the series. It's just one that's not ever given the time or respect it deserves. And I think that's something that if they would ever remake X4 with more of a focus on story, that's something that should really be addressed. Because I think that's interesting. Especially when you consider that Repliforce is juxtaposed against people like Split Mushroom, who are just actual Mavericks, as you can tell by the fact they have the Sigma icon instead of the Repliforce one. Who's truly in the wrong here? It'd be nice to blame the humans if we knew anything about them besides Dr. Kane, who, starting in this game, never appears again. Now, all I'm saying is it's an interesting point of discussion that is just unfortunately never addressed. And the human point of view is never considered until we get to 04. Like, we have to wait until 04 before what the humans think about all of this is finally addressed. And even then, it's only really in 04, despite the fact that you play as a human in ZX and half of ZX Advent. They still never really consider it either. I mean, I guess you could say the ZX series kind of do it. But it's more implied in a lot of those games, rather than actually stated or addressed. Okay, so who's next? Frost Walrus, maybe? Yep. He is still a very big man. And not played by Justin Long, alright? He's not... The movie Tusk, which is a movie I only know about because James Rolfe did a video about it. Oh, jumped a little too soon. It's fine though. Boom. Fire. I don't know, it's always weird to see Justin Long in things, because, you know, I'm used to him being the Matt guy from those commercials, so to see him in, like, a horror movie like that. And the movie also has, his friend is played by Haley Joel Osment. So it's just kind of weird. The Matt guy in Sora, a lot of people would say the Sixth Sense kid, but goddamn, I've never seen the Sixth Sense. I only know Haley Joel Osment because of Kingdom Hearts. And apparently in some TV show he's on now, was in an episode of, someone posted a clip to the Kingdom Hearts subreddit, he really goes into a Sora voice. That's always how you know when an actor's gone. Like when their time is up. If they appear as a special guest in an episode of a crime drama. That's how you always know that, like, okay, this actor's done. Like, they're not doing anything anymore. That's where crime dramas are where actors go to die. If they're in, like, one episode. I'm talking shows like Bones or NCIS, CSI. Kind of shows my mom watches. Because at some point, on a similar note to Haley Joel Osment, I was looking up, like, what has David Gallagher done? He's the guy who voiced Riku in Kingdom Hearts. So I was like, what has he done recently? I know he was on Seventh Heaven, I think. Yeah, I believe so. And that's how he got the role of Riku. But I was looking up what else he'd done recently besides Kingdom Hearts. And it was just like guest starred in an episode of a crime drama. I'm like, ooh, poor guy. At least he always has Kingdom Hearts to look forward to. Except maybe not, because I don't know what's going to happen to him come after Kingdom Hearts 3 is done. I don't know where that story's going. Yep. If you hit him with his weakness, Magma Dragoon turns into Toadman. Except he jumps farther. So you actually have to walk. It's amazing. Goodbye. He's like one of the hardest fights in this game. If you're trying to go Buster only, just because he has so many attacks. Man, goodbye. Alright, so now that we beat the 8 Mavericks, this final teleporter down here opens up. And let's go. And the true villain is revealed. It's the Grim Reaper. This is amusing. It really is, X. You're Sigma. My plan to keep the Repliforce and the Maverick Hunters at each other's throats worked perfectly. Double did a good job as a spy. Why, you... Repliforce are the fools this time. Now all that's left is to destroy Earth with the very weapon they made. They made this? Alright, peaceful independence. Yeah, they made this big space cannon arc. No, I'll never let you do that. Try hard, X. Your life depends on it. And that counts as a breakpoint, which I mean is nice. Gives you a chance to have all your weapons, health and weapons refilled for this fight. I have no idea why that weapon energy is there, because not just this, the fact that, you know, if you died, your weapon energy would be refilled. You can't come in here with anything less than full weapon energy thanks to that load screen. And you, oh, I guess it's fulfilling your weapon tank. Alright, never mind. It's nice to have the final boss of Doom 2 to show up in the background.
Tremble with terror, you are finished.
So apparently this form of Sigma has some fans in high places, because X4 Sigma is the one that appeared in Project Crosszone 2. And he's really easy. There you go. You stand here, and you shoot him with Rising Fire. And then he'll appear on the opposite side of the room as you. You dash underneath him, and you can dodge that. This is the fight, guys. Ooh. Sigma's really pulling out all the stops this time. Okay. But now we have Form 2. You are very good, X, but not for long. You won't be able to evade this attack. I can evade this attack pretty easily. He's not that hard. So what you want to do here is be sure you're on the... Oh, wow, he actually hit me. Be sure you're on the wall so that attack misses you. And then you just kind of hang out behind him. Score your pot shots. Just shoot him with the Buster. Yeah, because that keeps the electricity from... It hangs out on the wall instead of going all over the floor. And Sigma goes into a different attack if his scythe is stuck in the floor, which is a lot harder to evade. So you always want to make sure it goes in the wall. And there we go. That's Sigma Form 2. Also really easy, but Capcom knew it was really easy, so they gave him a third form to go along with it. It's still not hard, it just takes a really long time. Because it has 2 forms. Feel my incredible power. Drown in the empty vastness of space.
Tremble with terror, you are finished.
I'll grab that. So yeah, he summons these 3 heads. What attack they use depends on what color they are. They're elemental based. Damn it. I only really scored that 1 hit on him because he just flings too much garbage around. Plasma Shot's really good at taking these out. Now he'll go into the gun form. Oh, and of course he did the end to prevent me from scoring any bunch of extra attacks. Okay, so what you want him to do here is you want him to do the Gust of Wind, like that. Because this way you can score 3 hits on him. It's still not that much damage, but it's really the best you can do. I think his weakness is Ground Hunter. I don't know if this form has a weakness. You just kind of bust through it. And just get out of the way of his laser. Score whatever damage you can. Yeah, the head attacks you really only need to worry about the yellow electricity one. That's the only one that's dangerous. This one, the plasma shot takes care of them easily. The only other thing that you need to watch out for are the heads themselves. There's a little bit of time before they become like active hitboxes, and if you're inside them when they become active hitboxes, then they will crush you and instantly kill you. There we go. You can still dodge that attack expertly, as I just showed off. Okay, he's being pretty cooperative now. So yeah, they'll crush you if you're inside of them. Happened on my first recording. At the very end of the fight, he did it, so I had to redo all 3 phases. Right in the recording. It was so nice. Yeah, so just because it's so much easier to hit this form, you're pretty much guaranteed to take out the gun form first. Yep, good. Nice. I don't know if you can control like what attack he does, but I always like to hang out by the wall since the wall's covered in spikes. I think that hanging out on it will make him think like he's right on the spikes. If I can just activate them now, then it'll be okay. Okay, he's doing the end, which only lets you get 1 attack off at most. Ooh, that one was close. Yeah, I have no idea how to choose what attack he does, if there even is a way to do it. If he does this attack, I just like to score off the 1 hit. This fight just takes a while. It's not impossibly hard. As I'm showing off, I'm doing pretty well. Oh, ooh. Might be able to get him this time. Good, okay, I took out this form. And now he's going to switch over to the other one. Darn it. Yeah, I don't want to like try and score more hits because I'll just get hit by all the garbage. So yeah, like if you're hanging on the wall there and the blue head spawns right on top of you, you need to get out of the way very fast. Damn it, come on, now he's being uncooperative. Though at the very least he goes into this form more often, so I get more chances to hit him. There we go. Alright, we got him in the yellow. Not quite. That's okay, though. I still dodged it perfectly. Come on, give me some credit for that, okay? That was cool. Yeah, so that time we did the spike attacks without me being anywhere near the wall. Oh, okay, almost. The hover messed me up again. Okay, this won't be quite enough, but it'll get him really close. 1 more round will do it. Thank you. Perfect. And there we go. That went... At the very least, this recording went better than the first one. I'll give it that. What's so funny? This weapon is aimed straight at Earth already. No one can stop it now. Damn! Goodbye, X. Watch your language, X. That's why this question got a T rating, not all the blood in that scene would double killed all those Maverick Hunter guys. Yeah, you actually control this section here. There's no way to die. You just walk over here, and as soon as you get on this platform, then the general comes right on in. General! The weapon can be stopped with my body. But Daniel, many of my men have died. As their leader, I must leave with them. X, Please forgive our foolishness. General! Whoop. The fact that he, like, goes up a little bit before going back down is really comical to me. And it's not supposed to be.
This is Maverick Hunter Headquarters.
Zero.
It's good to see you're safe, X. I was really worried about you.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry. It's all over. Go home and rest. You've earned it.
But Zero, what if I become one of the Mavericks?
Don't ask such a silly question. I'm breaking contact now.
Wait, Zero! I'm serious. Zero, if I become a Maverick, you have to take care of me.
Don't be ridiculous. Now hurry on back.
Promise me. Zero.
I'll be honest, I always like that little moment in X's ending where Zero either can't comprehend the idea that X could become a Maverick or refuses to even think about it. There's something about that I just think is really sweet. X and Zero, X0 for XX0. However you'd say it. X0 ship for life. Anyway, that was Mega Man X4. It's not a perfect game. The story is really stupid, though it raises a lot of interesting ideas as I kind of rambled about. Some of it's a little bit annoying just to play, and getting the arm upgrade is really annoying, though I didn't show as much on this run. But you know what? It's just fun to play. Like, it is simple, it is concise, and it is good. Not to mention playing as Zero gives it a whole new dynamic, gives you another reason to play the game. And the voice actors did such a great job. Yeah, it shares a lot of the voice actors with Mega Man 8. Like, X is voiced by the same person who voiced classic Mega Man, and the woman's voice coming out of classic Mega Man was already a little weird, but coming out of X, it's terrible. Thank God for later games. What voice of X do you think is worse, X4 or 7's? Like, X7's voice is a little more fitting, but the performance is way worse. I hate X7's X. Let's just pretend neither of them exist. And just move on. Actually, Ruth Shiraishi, the woman who voices classic and X and 8 and X4, apparently did, like, realtor work. Like, you can find a video of her online, like, selling, like, doing a commercial for, like, a realtor. And if you listen really closely, you can hear Mega Man in it. It's kind of funny. I don't think there's too much else to say. I'm not planning to do another playthrough of the game as Zero, just because while Zero plays differently, he goes through almost the exact... He plays differently, and he has different cutscenes for the most part. But his stages and his bosses are exactly the same as X, so it would just be too repetitive to do it again as Zero. Though I will say, it is fun to play as Zero, so if you're playing the game yourself, you absolutely should do it. I'm just not going to do it here. So the next game is going to be X5. I did a test playthrough of it last week, so I should be able to do that without too much trouble, except for Volt Kraken stage. That may still give me some hell. But either way, we'll see you then.